As if what's going on this April's not enough. On October 28th, there's something also happening. This lunar event, consider it a last ditch lunar event of an eclipse in Taurus, a lunar eclipse. And I'm also going to make a video about that. It's fairly negative. This does not deserve. This pales, and it is nothing compared to the November 8th eclipse that we had. That was really significant. So there are technically, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eclipses that occur in Taurus and Scorpio. One on April 30th, May 16th, we had that happen. We also had one on October 25th, a partial solar eclipse, and then a total lunar eclipse on November 8th, and then on May 5th, we're going to have a partial lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Yeah. How do you tell if it's a new moon or an eclipse? I mean, it's really confusing to people. And either I'm going to make up a reality or deal with it, but it's going to be all negative. So, yeah. It'll be a neat way of how I'm going to do it. Okay. Now, today, what are we doing other than talking about an assignment on Blackboard from somebody who was born under Venus retrograde? Difficulties in feeling worthy of love, receiving love, relationship. Where is the value system? Where is the enjoyment of pleasure? This is also somebody whose voice sounds like throat drainage, of which I had the other day. And I was in that classroom, so it wasn't very pleasant to listen to him. But anyway, here we go. I don't want to waste any time with this today. The other thing I just want to say, I would argue that a more significant Saturn placement in astrology would be Saturn in the sign of Cancer. I'm not just saying that because I have that placement. I'm saying that because Saturn rules Capricorn. And it's opposite Cancer. And Saturn already is challenges and obstacles. So in a way, the more difficult it is, the more growth that there can be. The more evolution that there can be. Because Saturn is what it's about. The more difficult the challenges, the more growth you can achieve at the end, the better you can know yourself based off of more difficult the challenges. And then Saturn will reward and give blessings and release its limitations on you, and you become the master of whatever it is. So Saturn is what that's about. It's not benefic, it is malefic in its energy. And so if we were to think about Jupiter as benefic, And so Jupiter in Leo, Jupiter in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Pisces. We look more to the exaltation and rulership placements of Jupiter. But let's put the detrimental placements of Saturn up on a little bit of a higher pedestal, because Saturn is about challenges, obstacles. And the greater the challenges and obstacles, the more your soul can grow and learn. So I feel really strongly about that. Now, I believe all placements are equal, and all Saturn placements have their own set of obstacles. But Saturn in Cancer, I feel, is very, really good placement for Saturn. I have Saturn in Cancer, and it's a lot like Saturn in Pisces. It's a lot like Saturn in Pisces. There's a lot of parallels between Saturn in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces. But I have to be partial because I have Saturn in Cancer. And it deals with walls. It deals with the principle of emotional boundaries and walls, and where you naturally build those up. It may be more difficult for those people to receive emotional nourishment. And nurturing may not always come as the most natural skill. It requires work and experience, more so. The same goes with Pisces. The only difference is Pisces is about compassion more so. It's about, soulful love to the divine and everything. And Cancer is very nurturing, very nice, and wants to love in a really mothering and loyal way to everyone and everything. But Cancer is more private, whereas Pisces is more mutable, open-ended. Although I am going to say that there's more growth involved, because that's what Saturn is about. More growth with more challenging placements. So, if you look at it from that perspective, then I really like my Saturn placement. It's so important to embrace your Saturn, wherever it is. And Saturn's what I'm thinking about. Now, the person who assigned this work does not have Saturn in Pisces or Cancer, but has Saturn in Capricorn, which is very challenging in its own way. And so let's click on, you see these different tabs here. We're going to do the Blackboard homework too. Now, I've spoken about a whole rant on this. A whole rant on how I feel that the extra homework, it shouldn't be homework. It should be all class activities. That's how I feel about this. Particularly this. This is just a separate exercise that has nothing to do with the essay that people need to write or whatever. We're going to do this together through videos. I always do these kind of things on a video. I'm not going to bow down to a mirrored reflection of what I would assign to my invention. It is sort of the stereotype that I assign stuff and people do follow it and do stuff the normal way on their computers. Well, guess what? I'm not going to do that because I was the one who also assigned this kind of stuff, so I have the right to do it in this form and really make it pronounced and add, verbal power to it. So we have two choices: our culture of contempt and an article called Have More Sex, Please. One of these deals with loneliness. Saturn and Pisces can deal with feeling lonely, feeling alone. And the computer that I'm actually recording this off of is a somebody that has Saturn in Pisces, not Saturn in Cancer, like I have. But anyway, sometimes I think I wish I had this placement, but I don't have this placement. I don't have that placement. And let's not put one above the other. So both of those placements are very good placements for Saturn to be in. So, this article, let's find out what this is all about. There's probably some catch involved. Yes, there is. So, let us figure out the long way to enter the access to this. Please show me access. Sign in. I don't know what this is, but if there continues to be these complications, I really don't know about this. I don't know. It's not showing anything. Thought that it would, but it's not. So. I don't know.